In Chapter 2A of Spanish 1, we start to talk about more subject pronouns. We've learned a couple of the subject pronouns. We've learned 4 of them, or 5 of them. The subject pronouns that we've learned so far are yo, which is how we say I. We've learned tu, which is how we say you. We learned él, ella, and usted, which is how we say he, she, and you when we're talking to someone in a more formal situation or with respect. So these are the subject pronouns that we've learned so far. These are the subjects of the sentence. There are also subjects for we, which is nosotros, or nosotras, if all of us are girls. If all of us are boys, we use nosotros, and if it's a mixed gender group, then we would use nosotros as well. Only if it's all girls will we use the feminine form for we or us. If you want to talk about they or them, it is either ellos or ellas. And the same rule applies. If it's all girls, we'll go with ellas. If it's boys or a mix of the two, then we'll go with ellos. And the last one is if I'm speaking to you in the plural, okay? Or what I usually refer to as you guys. In Spanish, that is ustedes, which can be written out this way, but most of the time it's abbreviated like that. You still say ustedes. These are all of the possible subjects that we can have in our sentences if we're talking about people. I do want to make a note that if you're talking to multiple people in Spain, you can use vosotros or vosotras. Don't write it down if it's going to confuse you, if you don't care about learning it from Spain. But if you want to talk to you all, you plural, they have an informal and a formal you plural. But for everybody else, we just use ustedes for every time we're talking to more than one person. Now there's a couple of situations in which we'll have like a name instead of this. So let's take a look at what we would do. If we're talking about Raul, what subject pronoun goes with Raul? If we're talking about Raul, we're talking about him. So that's él. Well, that's easy. But what if I'm talking about Raul y Jennifer? Then it would be them. We've got a guy and a girl, so we're going to use the word ellos. We're talking about them. If it's somebody and you, so let's say it's tú y Marco. So if it's you and someone else, it's you guys. So anytime it's you and another person, that's going to be the subject pronoun ustedes. And if it's somebody and I, like Teresa y yo, if it's Teresa and I, well, in my case, that would be nosotras, because we're both girls. But if it was a mixed gender situation, then we would use nosotros. But if it's somebody y yo, we're going to use nosotros. And knowing all these subject pronouns and where they belong in this special chart is going to be essential for helping us how to conjugate verbs in the next video.